Hey traders, Mike Sir here. Welcome to my live stream series, Trade with Mike, where you can follow along in terms of me trading the stock market. All right, let's get started. So just usual disclaimer, please talk to your financial advisor before making any financial decisions. All right, so let's get straight into it. So the market in the past week has been very, very choppy. So for those who were expecting, basically markets to go in one direction as we had in January, or should be very, very surprised that we have not expected that same type of movement in February. In fact, it's been quite difficult in terms of swing trading. And you can see here in the past week, here's the S&P 500. It's basically been going up and down, right? And in fact, today has risen very, very sharply. So if you are a swing trader, this past week has been very, very difficult. If you are a day trader, it's been quite good because you can essentially play the up and down movements on a day-to-day basis. So sometimes if you are a swing trader, there are time periods where it's good for swing trading, and there are time periods where you don't trade at all. So don't be discouraged for those who are swing trading that you keep getting stopped out or it's very, very volatile in the past week. It's not a good environment for swing trading. And that's where when things are good, you got to really take advantage. But when things start to become choppy, again, if you're a swing trader, you basically have to stop trading. All right, so let's take a look at the S&P 500 first. The trend is still up. The market basically kind of fell a little bit below this 4,100 level or 4,094 level and has since rebounded. So it's very, very choppy, but the markets are signaling that they want to go higher. Okay, if you can look back here, it's broken this long downward channel, basically broke up. Now it's shot straight up in January. So far in February, been kind of choppy, a little bit of a retracement back down, and now we're trying to head higher. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ consists of more tech companies. And you can see here, it's been kind of going down, broke up in mid-January, went straight up. And again, same thing. A little bit with the NASDAQ, it's a bit of pullback. It's choppy as well. You can see it's choppy. But what the NASDAQ is signaling is after the strong up move here, bit of a rest, consolidation, and again, here's a doji here, possibly signaling that it's going to head higher. So probably targeting this 13,000 level. Now, one thing that I will let you guys know, I am not going to be recommending any trades or giving you guys any trades today. The main thing is, well, two things. One is the market's choppy. Number two is if we look at the economic data, tomorrow is going to be very, very crucial. Tomorrow, there is going to be inflation data out at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. That is going to be a market mover. The market has been focused on inflation. Inflation has been the biggest driver in terms of interest rates. And if we see inflation head lower or meet expectations here, looking at 6.2%, the market's probably going to head higher. If the inflation data is higher than expected, 6.2 or 6.5 or higher, okay, the forecast is 6.2%, we could see the market fall sharply. Again, signaling perhaps further interest rate hikes. The other thing data that I'm looking at is the PPI, the Producer Price Index. which comes out on Thursday, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And in terms of the uh, producer price index, you're looking at 0.4 month over month in terms of forecast. So again, if we can see that number below 0.4 or even meet those expectations, again, I think the markets will head higher. So that's why I'm not really going to put on any trades, especially before a market moving event tomorrow. And again, if you guys want me to do a live stream series on after tomorrow's and see if there's opportunities, please make sure you like this video, comment, let me know if you guys want me to do it. If I get enough votes, I will put in the time and do another Trade with Mike live stream series tomorrow. So again, you guys incentivize, put those comments, like this video after this live stream. All right. The other thing I want you guys to update is I did put on a trade last week, which was Walmart, and we got stopped out. So in fact, what I did is I'll just show you guys how I manage my trades, okay? Because this one resulted in a loss, but I cut my losses earlier before it moved higher. Okay. So the price triggered at, what was it? 139.80. Okay, $139 right here on this day, February 7th. The reason why, after triggered and it was in profit, I decided to move my stop loss back up to what I moved it up to. I moved it up to 141.20. Okay, I was shorting this, okay, expecting it to go down. What I saw was this green candle suddenly turned green candle, signaling that it was not going to head lower. And in fact, the next day, it kind of just went sideways. And then the following day, that's when I got stopped out. Okay. And then you can see here, it went even higher. So I think originally I had the stop loss somewhere here, somewhere higher. But because I saw that this was a green candle, signaling that there was actually strength instead of weakness, because I was expecting this price to fall, right? You can see red, 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 and then you saw green, and then you saw green shoot higher. So that's why I cut my losses, and I only incurred a 1% loss on this trade. So far, in terms of the number of trades, I made 2, 4, 6, 7. I'm up about 11.84%. And you can see that the majority of the gains, it's really about one stock, right? Or two stocks. I only actually had 2 winners. But you can see that I've got 2 winners, 3 losers, and 2 break even, and I still made 11.84%. And that is going to show you that if you keep your losses small, you let your profits ride, you'll make a lot of money, okay? You'll be able to be profitable in this market. All right, so what I'm going to do is, if you guys have any symbols that you want me to review, type them in the question box. I don't really have any trades for you. I've been kind of scanning through some of my charts. Don't see a lot of good opportunities. And again, especially because tomorrow's going to be the inflation data, I do not want to put on any swing trades. In fact, maybe tomorrow, depending on the volatility, I might look to day trade. So type in your question box if you guys want me to go through any symbols. All right. Randall says Tesla. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Okay, so Tesla was a trade that I put on. So it's been basically going straight up after it broke this 124 level and briefly broke above this $200 price level. What was interesting is this is a doji signaling uncertainty, signaling that maybe perhaps this uptrend is over. And so far, you had the red candle following, and also today a little bit of a recovery. Went as low as 187. So as of this point in time, the Tesla trade, it's still up, it's still going up. However, you're going to be facing some resistance around 200 level. I suspect, especially after such a strong move up, we'll get choppiness. Okay, so there won't be any clear direction. Um, there has been, you can see the volume here, there has been some sell-off. People obviously taking some profits after a nice move. Has Tesla went as low as 102, essentially it's doubled, right? Doubled in essentially a month and a bit. So prudent to take profits here, but I suspect Tesla price is going to get choppy. Okay, it's not going to be smooth sailing in terms of going higher, but in terms of the price trend, it is heading higher. Okay, Richard says Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. All right, Apple. Let's take a look at the bigger trend. So Apple is making lower highs here, basically going sideways here. Broke this downward trend here, right here. It's heading higher. What Apple is signaling is we have a consolidation area right here. So this is a potential bull flag. Okay, you see the pull here, consolidation, and actually, I might put on this trade, but again, if it goes above 155, I might put on a trade here for it to go higher. But again, because of inflation data tomorrow, I'm not going to put on this trade yet. But if it stays in this range after the inflation data comes out, I might put a trade on here above 155. All right, Coca-Cola, KO. So Coca-Cola. Okay, so Coke has basically rebounded very sharply late October. Consolidation broke down. I think the earnings hasn't been that good on Coke. Actually, is Coke coming out? Yeah, Coke actually coming out earnings tomorrow. So if you're holding the stock, just be careful, okay? Because obviously earnings are going to affect the stock, but it looks like it's trying to head higher. But again, I would not hold the stock ahead of earnings. All right, Bitcoin. Excuse me. Bitcoin has done extremely well since it broke right here, 17,000, went straight up, cannot break above this 24,000 area right here, and has since fallen sharply. There is some news around Bitcoin in terms of the SEC investigations. So if I'm looking at this, I suspect that we will see Bitcoin head lower. Okay, this is a potential bear flag, big long pull here, consolidation. Yeah, there is a high chance Bitcoin will not hold this level, 21,500. We'll probably head more towards 21,000 or in this area. If it doesn't stabilize in this area, probably retrace this entire movement back down to 18,000. But my bias is towards the downside on Bitcoin. Hey, Joel, do you think tops will permanently break 250 today? All right, let's take a look at tops. Wow, okay. So is there some news on the stock today? Volume is incredibly high. So one thing for sure, you have to probably see, is this a short squeeze? Is this stock has fallen very, very sharply. I actually remember trading this stock long time ago. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I remember this. This stock used to be incredibly high. Look at this. Used to be, wow. I do remember trading this back in 2018. Look at this stock. It's basically has fallen to a fraction. It's probably done a lot of stock split or just basically fallen very, very sharply. So let's go back. Wow, this is you can see that how I have to zoom in so much. Okay, all right. So let's take a look at a shorter time frame on this chart. Let's do an hour. So something obviously either news or engineered short squeeze or whatever. There's basically been no volume only until today. So again, it's a very, very speculative one. Who knows whether it's going to go up or down? But if there is a huge short interest on the stock, it'll probably head higher just because a lot of people were short. But again, I mean, this is a very speculative type of. I mean, if you look at a 5 minute, I mean, if it can kind of break above here, 209, or even break above here higher and stay above 215, yeah, it can probably head towards 250. But again, very, very speculative. Shannon, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome. Rec Komuda Coinbase. Okay, so Coinbase is basically related to Bitcoin price. So if I think that Bitcoin prices are going to head lower, Coinbase is probably heading lower as well. This stock has been on fire. I identified this good opportunity right here, 32. Basically, it's almost doubled or tripled, all the way almost close to 90. It's fallen very sharply. I mean, it's a good trading stock. Just obviously have to be careful. It could go up very sharply and can go down very sharply. As of right now, I mean, it's basically it's tied in with the Bitcoin price. There's no key level to watch. Let me just kind of, because you can see here, I drew a line here, broke support. This was where originally broke out. So it's kind of below that. I mean, you can draw some mini trend lines here, but I don't know if that really helps. Yeah, I wouldn't even draw that there. Yeah, I mean, it's basically, if you look in terms of a short term since the beginning of this year, it's still going up. Excuse me, still going up. This is essentially a pullback. But if you were to look at this from a bigger picture point of view, I mean, this stock has fallen sharply. And obviously you can see, I mean, clear trend is down. I don't even know how I can draw some trend lines here. It's just too volatile. But overall, the trend is lower. You got highs, lower highs, lower highs. So again, maybe stuck in this range here. Yeah, I don't have any. We'll see. I mean, it's going to move basically based on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes higher, which I'm looking at the chart, it's signaling it's heading lower. My thoughts probably downside is Coinbase towards the downside. Okay, Joel says split from last year. Yeah, tops. Okay, yeah. Randall says, what do you think about doing a bull put spread on WMT? I don't really trade options, so I can't really give you a comment on that. I mainly trade options just in terms of buying protection for any stocks that I'm holding. But yeah, I don't do any bull spreads or put spreads. All right. If there isn't anything else, that's going to be it for today. So again, just to end you guys off, if you guys are interested in working with me, you can apply to work with me one-on-one, activetradersacademy.com. And I will see you guys next week. And again, if I get enough likes and comments in this live stream, please comment and let me know that if you guys want to do a live stream tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day and talk to you guys next week. Take care.